So my girl started tripping out and I started getting these weird phone calls. Finally, I got tired of it. I said, you know what? I don't need this, I don't need it. From now on, when I take off on the road, no more phone calls. Look at that guy. Yeah. Are you here by yourself? Do that just on stage, or do you do that in public too? Like, no, of course I do the voices in public. I have to make myself laugh. I like doing the voices in places where people can't see me. Like drive-thrus. Oh, I'm evil at a drive-thru, man, except the one by my house, because they know me. I mean, they really know me. I could show up at 2 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon, Welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you? Yeah. Let me have... Pull up. I didn't order. Gabriel, pull up. The guy that I met was 6'8", 614 pounds. Oh, hell no. And he was offended at my show. Not by anything that I said, but because of the fact that now at the shows, I started selling t-shirts. And apparently, I didn't have his size. Keep in mind, I go all the way up to 5X on the t-shirts. And he was like, you don't have my size. I was like, dude, I didn't know they made you. I have up to 5X. I don't have X. A picture of a dinosaur on the back of the tag,
I was at a party, some guy gave me some shit. He's like, here, man, take this. It's fucking mushrooms. I took it, I forgot all about it, Then a couple days later, I found that shit in my pocket. I'm thinking, why not? Because I'm thinking it's like weed, some background shit. I planned my whole day out like it was weed. I'll chew this shit up. Then I'll go to the barbershop, get my hair cut, and then I'll see a movie. I chewed it up. So far, so good. Then I was in a barbershop like an hour later. And it's funny because I was just thinking to myself, I was like, ooh, this stuff sucks. Tastes like athlete's foot. I feel sick, but I'm not really high. Then I looked in the mirror. I saw the barber's reflection, man. It looked like a big penis was cutting my hair. I freaked out. I started talking to myself, Dave, calm down. You're on drugs. This is what drugs do. Okay, you know that there is no way that a penis can cut hair. But I started freaking out, man. I just couldn't take it anymore. I jumped out the chair, half my hair was cut, I didn't care. I didn't, I just gave a barber a handful of money. It was weird, the balls opened up. Anyway, I ran home, man. I ran home as fast as I could. It's tripping. I looked at the clock, it was 2:42. I was like, damn, 2:42. I gotta sober up. I had never been this high this early. I took a shower, I was still high. I said maybe music will do the trick. I listened to every CD I had, I was still high. Exercise, that's what I'll do. I ran around the block 4 times, still high. Took a nap, woke up, fucked up. I looked at the clock, it was 2:43. I said, God damn.
My wife get on my motherfucking nerves 25 years, man. We had an argument before I got here, man, on the plane. We arguing. Don't tell me what to do all the fucking time. I'm grown, dog. I'm getting on the motherfucking plane. Where you going? St. Louis. Where you going after that? Milwaukee. Where you going after that? Home. What time? 12. That's the time your plane land? Maybe. Bitch, I'll be here when the fuck I get here. The bitch make me sick, White folks play poker. We play Uno. Uno will get you fucked up. Oh, you gonna start a fight? You ever play Uno and want to kick somebody's ass? Motherfucker keep skipping and shit. Draw 2 on your ass. Oh, that's how you living, dog? That's how you living? Why you ain't fucking with nobody else, motherfucker? Like, well, what y'all arguing for? He keep draw 4 on a motherfucker, Draw 4, get your ass whipped, man.
It's gonna change everything. They are finally finna sell female Viagra. Did you hear that? That wasn't women, that was old vaginas waking up for the first time tonight. What did that nigga say? She ain't gave that pussy away since the Prohibition. That's fresh. She got cobwebs on it and everything is fresh. Saran wrap. That's right, ladies. Female Viagra is coming. It's finna change everything. The pussy game is already vicious. Wait till this old kitty cat get back on the market. They say the female Viagra is stronger than the men's. Yeah, they say even if you 62, it'll bring you back to when you was at your hottest. Look at the cougars. Wow.
You're gonna be married to a woman that knows that you ain't shit no more. A woman that's gonna look at you and go, honey, what the fuck are you doing? You're 45, you're fat, you're diabetic. You wanna die here, babe? Cause I get excited too, you know, after an MMA fight, you know, a Mexican wins, I yell out the window, I shall fuck somebody up. My wife looks at me, honey, don't forget what happened to you at Little Caesars last week. Remember, honey, your flip-flop ripped and you twisted your ankle? All the managers and employees were fucking you up. Even the guy that was there for a job interview fucked you up. They hired him after he kicked you in the head. They said, that's what I call leadership.
I've been feeling real good, man. I recently moved out from home for the first time ever. Thank you, one person. It's a little apartment, man, but honestly, it's already gone to my head. Like, just saying I have my own place feels like I'm saying, like, I got stocks and bonds now. Like, when I walk into places, I walk in like I got options to buy now, you know? I'll be using technical terms when I walk into my friend's house. I'm like, yo, this place got square footage? Check your lease, man. Mine came with square footage, bro. I feel it. I feel like I got it like that now, man. I was at the store. I saw some kids buying chips and candy. I was like, you know what? That's on me today. One of the kids was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, it's cool. I got an apartment now. I've been trying to show that apartment off to get girls to notice me. Like, everywhere I go, I take my lease with me now. I just let it hang out the pocket a little bit. Yeah, right there. The other day, I acted like I accidentally dropped it by a girl at a bar. She was like, hey, you dropped this piece of paper. I was like, oh, damn, did I drop my 13-month lease? I said, you keep that one. That's you right there. If I'm being 100% honest, I do want to use the apartment to get girls to notice me, but man, after that deposit and this one furniture I have, I don't really have money left for girls, bro. Like I have approached one girl. I approached one girl at the bar. I was like, hey, what's up? What you drinking? And she was like, Crown and Coke. I was like, nice. That was as far as I could afford to go. But after a minute, I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Man, I'm going to just go for it. So I told her, could you buy me one too, please?
I started bullshitting myself when I got to my 40s. As soon as I was in my 40s, I'd look in the mirror and I'd say, well, I guess I'm getting older. Older sounds a little better than old, doesn't it? Sounds like it might even last a little longer. bullshit. I'm getting old. And it's okay, because thanks to our fear of death in this country, I won't have to die. I'll pass away. Or I'll expire like a magazine subscription. If it happens in the hospital, they'll call it a terminal episode. The insurance company will refer to it as negative patient care outcome. And if it's the result of malpractice, they'll say it was a therapeutic misadventure. I'm telling you, some of this language makes me want to vomit.
Chris got slapped in the face at the Oscars by Will Smith, which was one of the craziest things I'd ever seen. In fact, if you watch it live on television, when it happened, I thought it was fake. I did. I wasn't sure. So, you know what I did? I waited 30, 40 minutes, and I called him. And he picked up. As soon as he picked up, he said, "You was the only nigga I had to answer the phone for." Apparently, Obama and Oprah, everybody had called this nigga to see if everything was all right. So I asked him, I go, "Well, you know." He said, "What?" I said, "Well, did it hurt?" And he said, "Yes, nigga, it hurt." Then I knew that it was real. And then, and only then, was I offended. And I wasn't just offended that he got slapped. The real offensive part was that after he slapped him, this nigga Will just sat down and enjoyed the rest of his evening. It was crazy. And people would ask me all the time. They'd say, "Dave, what would you do if you were Chris Rock and Will Smith slapped you in the face?" And to this day, the answer is the same. I don't know what I would have done. I've never been in a situation that extreme. But I do know now what Will Smith would not have done. That is, enjoy the rest of his evening.
Gentlemen, you know the number one reason they don't do it is our own hygiene, okay? Stinky, okay? That's the number one reason they don't. Girls, never allow this to be a problem for you. Attack your man when he comes out of the shower. Let me tell you something about your guy. Every guy in here washes his junk 3 times every shower. Soap, shampoo, conditioner, okay? When he comes out of the shower, he might not have touched his feet since 2002. His junk, spotless. Take the towel off of him, put the towel on the ground, place your knees on the towel, cushioning your knees, make it for a more ergonomically correct position. You got to take matters into your own hands, so to say. All right? Grab it, look up at him and go, "I'm a dirty, naughty little girl." Yes, you are. I'm about to cover your face with enough DNA to film 3 episodes of CSI, you filthy animal. Oh my God, is this hot? Sweet Jesus.
My cousin said, "Man, we're having a card party. Bernie, come on, man." I said, "Man, I don't know, man." He said, "Please come, Bernie. I'm telling everybody you're coming." I said, "Okay, man." So I came. Boston, I swear for Lord. When I got there, police were there. Fire department was on the side. SWAT was in the goddamn trees. They had my cousin handcuffed in the back seat. I told the police officer, "Wait a minute, sir." I said, "That's my cousin." I said, "Let me talk to him." He said, "You better talk to him." I said, "Cuz, what's going on?" He said, "Man, fuck that bitch, man. That motherfucker bitch kept, man, fucking around, man." I said, "What'd she do?" Every time I turn around, she was draw foreign, a motherfucker, draw foreign. These motherfuckers playing Uno. She ain't do nobody else like that. It's like, drop on. I'll kill that bitch. Now, you ever played Uno? Uno will make you kick a motherfucker ass now. I came in the house the other day, man, 1 o'clock in the morning. She gonna send the motherfucker 1 6-year-old downstairs for some milk and cookies. When I'm going upstairs, he coming down. He gonna walk past me like I'm a visitor, you know. He just gonna walk past me like I ain't shit. I'm babysitting. I said, "Where you going, dude?" "To get some milk and cookies." That's how he said it. I said, I wanted to hear him say it again. I said, "What?" "To get some milk and cookies." Go on back upstairs. Switch your punk ass back upstairs. He gonna go upstairs in the room. The 2-year-old gonna say, "Where the cookies and shit?" You know. He gonna tell her, "Him downstairs." Who the fuck is him? Like I ain't got no name and shit, you know what I mean? She gonna tell him, "I gonna get this shit myself." She gonna come downstairs, old bow-legged motherfucker, short motherfucker bow-legged coming down there, looking like a raccoon and shit, you know what I mean? She gonna open the refrigerator, get a little ladder. I said, "What you getting ready to do?" "Get some milk and cookies." I said, "Didn't I tell your motherfucking boy you couldn't have no goddamn milk and cookies?" "No, it's too goddamn late. Go to back the fuck upstairs before you get fucked up down here." She gonna look at me all up and down like I'm short, you know. Now, you know when somebody look at you like that, man, you know what the fuck that mean on the street. So I said, what the fuck are you looking at?
Americans, we speak according to our environment. We change it up. We morph. We adapt. We all have our, for example, we all have our trying to get a good job voice. When you walk in for that interview, you don't sound the way you sound on a Saturday night when you're having a couple drinks. No, you clean it up, you practice in the car, and when you walk in, you turn it on. If you'll check my references, you'll see I'm more than qualified for this position. Please feel free to call Frank Torres. Frank will tell you the amazing job I did for him 2.5 weeks ago. Listen, I'm ready to work 7 days a week, 365 days a year. No job is too big, no task is too small. You can count on me. I'm the right person for the job. Please keep me in mind. Thank you so much for your time. And then you get to the parking lot. And you're like, hijo de la chingada, ojalá que me dé trabajo porque no, está cabrón, güey, man. No, I need a job, man. I need a job. And speaking of that, I get pulled over by a cop one night, 2 minutes after coming out of a Krispy Kreme drive-thru. Which I made a left turn instead of making a right, but I wasn't paying attention because I had a box. I was like, oh, you're going to get it when you get home. Oh, you've been so bad. You're going to get it. I'm not paying attention. I go the wrong way, right? Sure enough. Oh! I pull over. Later. I'm sitting there patiently waiting, and the cop is taking forever. I said, the hell with this, he's taking too long. I grabbed my box, I put it on my lap, I flipped it open, right? I was gonna get nasty. And just as I was about to tear it up, the cop gets to the window and says the same thing that they all say, right? You know why I stopped you? It was too easy. I looked at him and I said, because you can smell it. Oh, he was dying, man. Son of a bitch! Whatever, he let me go, man.
My doctor the other day said, Ron, you cannot gain any more weight. And I said, that's what I thought. My wife's on my ass about me taking better care of myself. She bought me a bicycle thinking I might ride it. It's for sale. And if you're looking for a bicycle, it's a great deal. It's got 750 yards on it. It was a demo when I bought it. It had 350 yards already on it, but I put the other 400 yards on it myself. And if you'd like to buy the bicycle, just go to my house in Beverly Hills, and it's 400 yards from there. I owe the IRS a bunch of money because I don't understand how that works. It's confusing. When I started doing stand-up, they said that made me an independent contractor, and they said I needed to start filing my taxes quarterly, which I thought meant every 25 years. I have attention deficit disorder, I have learning disabilities. I don't have a high school diploma. I'm smart, but you can't prove it on paper.
I've been to jail before, twice, not as a prisoner. One time was from childhood. I was suspended from school 23 times during February. I wasn't bad, though. I was just mischievous. I got hold of all my teachers' home phone numbers. At the time, I thought it was funny. I was calling in death threats. I know that's bad, man. You know, my English teacher, Mr. Johnson, I called him up. He was all nice on the phone. Hello? Johnson residence.
Is this Mr. Johnson?
Yes, it is. And who might this be?
You're a dead man, Johnson.
Who is this? Shut up, punk!
You're gonna die. Unless you change Davy Chappelle's grades.
I started bullshitting myself when I got to my 40s. As soon as I was in my 40s, I'd look in the mirror and I'd say, well, I guess I'm getting older. Older sounds a little better than old, doesn't it? Sounds like it might even last a little longer. Bullshit, I'm getting old. And it's okay, because thanks to our fear of death in this country, I won't have to die. I'll pass away. Or I'll expire like a magazine subscription. If it happens in the hospital, they'll call it a terminal episode. The insurance company will refer to it as negative patient care outcome. And if it's the result of malpractice, they'll say it was a therapeutic misadventure. I'm telling you, some of this language makes me want to vomit.
Gentlemen, you know the number one reason they don't do it is our own hygiene, okay? Stinky, okay? That's the number one reason they don't. Girls, never allow this to be a problem for you. Attack your man when he comes out of the shower. Let me tell you something about your guy. Every guy in here washes his junk 3 times every shower. Soap, shampoo, conditioner, okay? When he comes out of the shower, he might not have touched his feet since 2002. His junk, spotless. Take the towel off of him, put the towel on the ground, place your knees on the towel, cushioning your knees, make it for a more ergonomically correct position. You got to take matters into your own hands, so to say. All right? Grab it, look up at him and go, I'm a dirty, naughty little girl. Yes, you are. I'm about to cover your face with enough DNA to film 3 episodes of CSI, you filthy animal. Oh, my God, is this hot. Sweet Jesus.
I was a crackhead. I remember one Christmas she bought me a Game Boy. I was like 12 years old. She bought me a Game Boy. And then she stole it. Then she helped me look for it. Yo, man, I was so heated. I was like, why you stole my Game Boy? And then helped me look for it. She said I had to eliminate myself as a suspect.
I had a box of Ritz crackers, and on the back of the box of Ritz crackers, I had all these suggestions as to what to put on top of the Ritz. So try it with turkey and cheese. Try it with peanut butter. Oh, come on, man, they're crackers. That's why I got them. I like crackers. Now, there ain't no suggestion. Put a Ritz on top of Ritz. I didn't buy them because they're little edible plates.
My old man, he didn't help either. The time I was kidnapped, they sent back a piece of my finger. He said he wanted more proof. I know I'm ugly. I went to a freak show. They let me in for nothing. Kid, I was an ugly kid, too. I was so ugly, my mother breastfed me through a straw. My old man, he didn't help either. Kept taking me to the zoo. He said he was hoping my real parents would claim me. Oh, my mother had morning sickness after I was born. Doctor picked me up and smacked me. I found out the nurse. She got a few in, too.
Please, I don't need that. I had that in the Marine Corps. That's right. Clap. All these stories I'm going to tell you about. I'll tell you what your reaction will be to my next story. See, when I get to the punchline, there'll be silence, giggles, and snickers, then laughs. Watch. These 2 girls were walking down the street, and one girl hunched the other. She said, hey, girl, look across the street. Isn't that your husband coming out the florist? She said, yes, damn it, he's got 24 roses. She said, I'm going to have to keep my legs up in the air 3 days. Her girlfriend looked at her and said, well, why don't you get a vase? That's the way to laugh, honey. That's the way. Throw your neck back and enjoy yourself. It's pretty. Wish I like white women.
I have a great reputation in show business, but in comedy, I'm what's known as a lazy comedian, which is crazy because I work all the time, but that's not why they call me lazy. They call me lazy because I do shows sometimes, 20,000 people be in the crowd. And I'll tell a joke, and they'll all look at me like I'm crazy. But 3 or 4 people will laugh really hard. And I'll be on stage like, yeah, that's good enough. Well, this next joke is one of those jokes that... It's not, you know what I mean? I like to tell it, but it never does good. But I'm going to do it. You know why it doesn't do good? I'm not good at impressions, but this is an impression. You ready? Okay. This is not going to work. All right, this is my impression. This is my impression of the dead people on the Titanic. You didn't let me finish. This is my impression of the dead people on the Titanic as the submersible was approaching their ship. That's good enough. All right, here it goes. I'm gonna do it. Okay, here it goes.
Come, join us in our watery grave.
Oh, buddy, that's funny to me. Listen, that is a funny way to die. 20 years from now, on my 70th birthday, I'm going to take a submersible to see the submersible. Hopefully by then it should work. My wife hates that joke. You know,